Hello everyone, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition. Last time, we came down to the Underdark Beach and dealt with the Dwergar there that had been ruining several of the Myconoid colonies. Now, with that task done, we can return to the Myconoids, hand in our quest, and then I think rather than going off and doing everything else there is to do here in the Underdark, which I've mostly seen before, it's time to hop on over to the new content. Now first, we have to get over to where we safely want to be, which is evidently not in this direction.
Still alive, so that's progress.
Yes, I'm very grateful to be alive. I'm very grateful to have not been killed by any of the horrible things down here in the Underdark. Of course, coming up, who knows what types of different threats will face us once we get,
if not over,
into the new areas I've not seen before. Could be new enemy types, could be new traps, could be all kinds of new stuff, but because I've never seen it before, I will not be ready for it. Which is going to be very exciting when you play in 5th edition rules, and if you TVK, you have to start again from the beginning. First thing to do is come back and speak to the leader of this clan, so that we might get our rewards for having completed our quest. There he is. He, she, not sure. They, I suppose.
It greets you with a harrowing elegy, cheerless as the new moon.
They are slain. The rot has been purged.
The music shifts, still melancholic, but now streaked with hope.
Do you hear a new harmony? Serenity. I name you Peace Bringer.
Fragrant spores waft through the air. Your heart swells with bliss with your every breath.
Freely you have given to us. Freely you may take. The Guardian Gate is open. Go and claim your reward.
Thank you, I will.
Before this, I have another boon to ask of you. You have cut out the Dwergar blight, but not its source.
In your mind's eye, Spore shows you a drow, striding among Myconid dead.
Near. This one is called. He hunted us. Hunt him in turn. Bring me his head, and I will know my circle is safe.
Sure, I can probably do that. Hopefully there's another reward.
I ask a boon, and will give one in return. The drow lurks in the ruins beyond the lake. Bring him death, and return.
Alright, so we've got some deep gnomes to save. We've got
On my way.
a drow to murder. We can now get inside this little cave here.
Never wanted the easy path.
Let's see what extra supplies have been left for us. Right. We're getting a whole bunch of XP. Gold. Icy metal. Specks of frost cover the hole in the bottom of this chunky piece of iron where it was clearly screwed onto something. It's very curious, but it doesn't say that it's a quest item. Let's see if a book on flump mating rituals might help.
The cover proudly announces this book to be Flump Mating Rituals.
Well, Oh, we have bliss spores for plus 1d6 for a moment. Well, our intelligence is the same on nature or investigation. And we can get some guidance. I won't spend the advantage here, I don't think. Hopefully between plus 3 and plus 11 on our boon will suffice. That'll do it.
The scrutiny proves too much. The lurid text melts away before your eyes. An illusion. What remains are simple instructions written in a spare hand. The secret to forging adamantium.
Well, that is very nice to have. The pages, apparently copied from a master tome, describe the construction and use of a grand forge in the Underdark. Among the Sharons dwelled the gnome Siluviali, whose talents for wizardry were known from Candlekeep to sorcery. Under the tutelage, the Sharons built the great forge, which could heat mithril and with such vigour as to turn it to adamantine. With this astonishing metal, they could mould the finest blades and armour. Yet the jewel of Yali's eye was not the forge itself, but the protector he conjured from the magma to guard it, a construct said to be so mighty that no blade could fell it, and no spell could pierce it. Instructions for operating the great forge are listed underneath. Ingredients: raw mithril, ore, and a proper mould. Place the ore and the mould into the respective chambers, pull the lever to lower the hammer and prepare the ore for smelting. Open the valve to allow lava into the crucible, and drop the hammer again to forge the product.
An adamantine forge. Curious.
Well, we'll take that with us. Is there anything else in this place? Let's see, there's a scroll of blindness. A scroll of ray of sickness. A shadow of Mesobaranazan. That is a cowl of some kind, I believe. A couple of mushrooms. A backpack. Some rotten chicken eggs, some wine, a scroll of false life, and a scroll of hold person. A rotten tomato, some rotten cheese, a large bottle, and some more mushrooms. Let's check out that cowl. You sense the shadows that envelop this Drowcraft cowl, eagerly awaiting to envelop you and shield you from view. Not proficient with light armor, shrouded in shadow as an action. Well, our rogue is wearing the circlet, which gives him greater intelligence. Shadowheart is wearing a standard helmet that protects against crits. So I don't think that the shadow is much better than what we're wearing. Shrouded in shadow is fine, but Shadowheart doesn't need to stealth that particularly much. But with that done, we are going to take a quick long rest because we are very low on spell slots with many of our heroes. And as soon as that is done, we will be travelling on to our new adventure. So I will jump cut through the long rest until something goes bump in the night.
I feel... What the... Darkness, protect me.
Are you hurt?
No! I'm fine. Forget it.
What was that about?
I don't know.
We can roll Sorcerer. That magic came from within you. You must have felt something.
It felt like my blood was on fire. It was almost familiar somehow. But then it passed.
We can use our shared connection and enter her thoughts. DC 10, we're getting 1d6 from Bliss Spores. I don't think we need advantage on this particular roll. Although, we are about to long rest, so maybe I could have taken it.
uncertainty, fear. Shadowheart genuinely doesn't know what just happened, but she's afraid of it.
We're in this together.
Thank you. But I'm sure it was nothing. I just need a little space.
Alright, well, back in camp. That was an immediate interaction as soon as we got here. Seems that Will has something he wishes to say.
I have something to ask.
I was watching you at the Grove Gate. You spilled enough goblin blood to fill the Chiontha. Where'd you learn moves like that?
Just a wave of my hand.
All that flash comes natural, does it? Careful you don't go sticking those hands where they're not invited. No telling what you might zap. You've got talent. If the blade must share his glory, better it be with a champ like you.
Right, well, we don't need to dig into his past right now since he's not hanging out with us.
Moving ahead.
Shadowheart just being a little bit queasy, but we are going to jump straight into a long rest. 1 camp supplies, if I may. Enough for 3 long rests ahead of us. And nothing else going bump in the night. Amazingly, we've got this far through and we still haven't discovered Astarian's secret. Which is interesting. I'm not sure what I have or haven't done to get there and find out about it. But we've had a long rest. So the thing that we need to do immediately, as ever, we are going to twin cast. And I'm actually going to use one of these scrolls that we have for this, because we've got plenty of them. So that gives us both extra AC, and we only spent 1 scroll to do it and a sorcery point for 2 heroes, which is lovely.
No one's stopped me yet.
So now we're going to rush straight back down to the beach and see what happens as we take the boat away from this place. I've never been on the boat. It's not something I've ever done. I kind of just assumed that in the past it was kind of like the end of early access and you couldn't come back from it. I'm not really sure why I assumed that, but I always went off to do other things in the Underdark before doing that. So
Very well.
let's just take the same route down that we had been previously, because we knew that was relatively safe. We will leave the other things that go bump in the night to keep doing their thing in these parts, and we will just
Another step forward.
get ourselves down here to the twin-hulled boat. That was a very big creature before it died, wasn't it?
What creatures live in waters this dark?
Right, I don't think Sovereign Glut will come with us for this part, but so be it.
I will not cross. Painful memories beyond.
Don't worry, you can go have a nice life. We are crossing the lake.
I will expect your return.
Yeah, the quest that we got stating to go and kill somebody and bring back their head suggests we can come back here.
A vessel wobbles on the lake's murky waters.
Sail off into the darkness. Oh, I should have thought about if we wanted to change our spells on long rest. But also, where's the rest of the party? I'd really like it if they were on the boat. Neighbors.
Tiefling, what are you doing on Gek's raft? Where's Gek? Who are you?
Oh boy. Intimidation, deception, athletics. I saw a body left by the myconoids. Your Gek must be dead. DC 15 with a +6. We can't... Oh, we could cast Friends for advantage. But if it goes wrong, then we've got big problems. Or we could take our Tides of Chaos. Let's take Tides of Chaos here. Nine +6. Meets it, beats it.
Damn. The sergeant will be pissed about her boots. Come on. Let's get you to shore. You're the one telling the sergeant what happened. The rest of you, keep patrolling. I'll be heading back with this one.
You continue forward in silence until the lights of a camp twinkle through the murk.
I'm sorry, who is this guy? Oh, Astarion and Gale are here.
Well, I'll be plowed sideways. We've got a welcoming party.
You shithead! Time you showed up, we got trouble.
Spit it out! Sergeant finally choked on True Soul Near's prick.
Drugno. The twat soul caused a rockfall. Trapped tighter than a ring on a fat finger.
You're shitting me. You pay up?
That's the trouble. He's got the gold on him. Sergeant's arm is falling off with all the gnome slaves she's been beating. Who's the hoon, Greyman? Another slave for the dig?
Call me slave again, and I'll feed you your own stomach.
Oh, this one's feisty. Thrin's gonna knock the snot right out of him.
Oh boy. Don't you guys worry about what we're here for. We're just gonna piss off and do our own thing. How about that?
Aye. One of those absolute crackpots. Found the Hoom sailing Gek's skiff.
That's so.
You feel the slightest of stirrings in your head. The Dwagar is not infected, yet your minds resonate.
I'll be... You ain't shitting. Felt the tingle. Your twat soul chum owes us a lot of coin. You want through? Make a donation.
We spent all of our money upgrading our gear in the last village. We don't have that kind of gold.
Well, shit. Good thing I was just taking the piss. But I'm warning you, that twat soul ain't settled up soon. There'll be hell to pay for the lot of you cult buggers.
Seems we'll have to free Nier before we can collect the bounty on his head. Might be worth talking to some of the gnome slaves. Before they're worked to death, that is.
Well, that got slightly more complicated, didn't it? But welcome to Grimforge. Connection to Steam servers lost. Autosave successful. So we are able to go back on the skiff, and who knows what lies ahead, not me. This stuff would be considered stealing if we go after it. But there is a map and a note. Excuse me, game. On one side of this page, a hand-drawn map depicts a northern grotto bordering the Ebon Lake. An attacker's account marks the other. One of the drugging shrooms sensed us and split. Chunky one too. Months worth of soup at least. The rest were too busy droning to put up a fuss. Nier pays us, and I'm bolting for Manol Dereth. Thrin's orders be damned, they got eel steak, mineral mead, and top land food of all sort. Clan can't live on fungus alone. And then on this side... Hey, prickheads. Slave grub in the right barrel, Rothchow on the left. Next of you shits I see flubbing is getting a hot poker up the arse sideways. Thrin. Well, aren't these bunch just wonderful? And they are level 5, which is higher than we are. This one is a cleric of Lauduguer. But for now, I'm going to hold things up there, and then next time we will go explore proper for the first time in Grimforge. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Cheers.